Thank you very much, cheerleader. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
You're here to have a good time, a happy time. You're brought together because we love each other. So we must spread the love tonight. We are a diplomatic family, and we'll continue to remain a diplomatic family in the best interest of this country. It is my pleasure, and my welcome is going to be brief. It is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Everly Paul Chet Green, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Trade, and Barbuda Affairs, the man of the hour, the Honorable Minister. Minister.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary. And before I even go to the courtesies, let me make a correction. I am not the man of the hour. This hour is for the ambassadors, those who provide yeoman service to Antigua Barbuda in the global space. But let me recognize here tonight very special guests. The first person you allow me to recognize is my dear wife. I also recognize, by order of seniority, Ambassador Lionel Max Hurst, who drove all the way from St. John's in a vehicle bearing registration number plate A34. But tonight is not a night for speeches. As a matter of fact, we have left, or we have planned for 2 days of speaking. We start tomorrow and we go into Friday. Tonight is just an opportunity to say welcome to all, especially those of you who are domiciled in missions overseas, or those of you who are resident here representing friendly countries. And I could not help but say welcome to the most picturesque part of Antigua and Barbuda. You are all in a place called St. Paul's. It was very deliberate on my part to bring you here tonight, because I believe that somewhere in this audience, there are persons who will leave with fond memories and who may even wish to transfer their voter registration to St. Paul's. And I am not a religious preacher, so I don't have a Bible. I'm a politician who depends on votes every 5 years. And so I make no apology for encouraging you to give consideration, real and active consideration, to become part of the most beautiful part of Antigua, the St. Paul's community. I see nods from Brigadier Benjamin, who himself is from St. Paul. I see Ambassador. I hear my Deputy Permanent Secretary, Karen Cabral, claiming that she has roots in the hospital area of Alberta. Of course, Ambassador Webster stands there very quietly, knowing that I will always recognize him as being born and bred, the mayor of St. Paul. And though Ambassador Curly Ambrose does not vote in St. Paul's, he's part of the geography of St. Paul's, because Sweets is a part of St. Paul's. I'm planning to annex Sweets into the political landscape of St. Paul's. And I'm hearing Dr. Omad, Ambassador Omad, just making sure that I recognize him too as having roots in St. Paul's. The Omad family, rooted in St. Paul's. But tonight, again, is a night just to say welcome to you as we get ready to buckle on tomorrow some serious work. The geopolitical realities of the moment dictate that our work tomorrow be taken seriously. The times not only have changed, but continue to change. When you look at the issues that are facing us as a small country, developing country, tariffs, there are those who believe tariffs will not affect us, but we import everything we eat, everything we wear, and so therefore tariffs of any sort will affect us. We hear of the treatment of Cuban medical workers. That strikes directly at us. And so we have to fashion responses to these things. If ships made in China, plying their trade in this part of the world, are going to be subjected to fees, special fees, then it means the cost of living, that which we continue every day to fight against and to try to control, will be adversely affected. And so tomorrow's, or this year's coming together of diplomats is a very serious undertaking and engagement. One of the things we hope to achieve and accomplish at the end of this is for every Antiguan and Barbudan diplomat to be singing or speaking, depending on your talent, from the same hymn sheet. Or, if you're Anglican, you may prefer me saying Sankey. But we have to have a common thread. If you look at thematic areas for discussion, you will see that we're looking at things like CIP, an untapped regime which is so important to our economy. We're looking at immigration, customs, the blue economy, a myriad of issues which affect us here in Antigua Barbuda. Subjects for which each of us need to be totally conversant so we can speak with authority and knowledge wherever we find ourselves representing Antigua Barbuda. We've invited some partners in the security tapestry of the country, ABDF, the police, ONDCP, and we invite them because from time to time, the leaders of those organizations find themselves in the international forum, representing the country. And they too should know exactly what our foreign policy positions are on these matters that they speak to. I'm almost tempted to be a typical politician. You know the old saying, do not give a politician a mic. With a microphone in our hands, we treat all audiences as voters. But tonight again, I will not do that to you because I want to enjoy the moment, mill, exchange ideas, and perhaps start setting the stage for our discourse and our engagements tomorrow. I welcome you all to St. Paul's. Again, for diplomats who are resident overseas, missions overseas, welcome home. For those who represent foreign countries in Antigua Barbuda, we're always happy to have you as a part of the local diplomatic corps in our engagements such as this. Let the music continue, let the food and drinks flow, but please, do not imbibe to the extent that we cannot work tomorrow. God bless, and again, enjoy the evening.
take maybe